lesson I learned from living in their society. Never do what your enemies want you to do.
She grasps his shoulder, giving the shake to pull him up to his senses. Oh. So Bertolt speaks here. Hello, gentlemen. Hello, comrade of Zeno. Comrade. If you're here to see Comrade Evgeni, we can wait a little. Or is there something else important you'd like to discuss? We talked, and Miss Windsong was there. Comrade Evgeni is doing what's best for everyone, we all know that. But I'll tell you, I personally don't want to leave this place. Even if No, the lady turned down my proposal, and Comrade Evgeni didn't seem to invest in it either. Isn't Zeno's help good news for all of you? I can't comprehend the reasoning behind rejecting an abundance of food, a suitable climate, and comfortable housing. It's not easy to leave something you've built with your own hands, comrade. I doubt you've ever experienced living in a home you built yourself, let alone living in this way. Chances are you have never even touched freshly mined ore in your life. That's true, gentlemen, but why do you insist on doing everything yourself? It seems that our conversation has come to an end. I will stay here until Evgeni arrives and give an answer, which should be soon. Identical long tables, matching chairs, and potatoes, potatoes, and more potatoes. In the past, we had access to tin cans and even jam and flour. It was a challenge to transport supplies, but fortunately the weather was cold enough that nothing spoiled during the trip. Time was not an issue in those days. We had an abundance of it. The little ones used to come and ask for Arlenka. While we couldn't indulge their every whim, a treat now and then was fine. Being too strict does no one any good. Had I known the true value of Alenka, I would have been more careful about giving them away. Maybe I could have kept a few. Oh well, too late to regret now. At first, we gathered around a single table to portion out the canned food, meticulously sopping up every last drop of broth. But now, there are more tables, but a lot less variety in our meals. And it's not like we can go hunting for critters to... Why can people live off ore like they do? Oh, there was more. I'm sorry, guys. You think they will give us a paper by the end of this so that I can read it full? Let's try. Yay! Okay, so. And it's not like we can go hunting for critters to supplement our meals. Why can people live off ore like they do? I have an urge to give a detailed account of my past and present experiences because Rayashki is exceptional. It is the most remarkable town I've encountered, although my travels have been limited. But I'm worried that it will one day disappear. That's for sure. If Comrade Evgeni agrees to Zeno's proposal, this place will soon be a land of snow again. The factories, the machines, everything will be covered with snow, just as it was when we first arrived. I have to remember to write down all the details in case the kids ask me. I want to be able to tell them about everything that disappeared. Of course, it's not going to be written down in any textbooks. There are countless unsung heroes in Rayashki, a place filled with ordinary people just trying to make ends meet. That's the reality of our lives here. And this one? Okay, this is a battle for sure. Dealing with these neighbors is something everyone is familiar with, but having an extra person around is always beneficial. Okay. Part 16, Marching March. An epic composition about the countless unimportant people. Still, behemoths rumble. They have plowed through snow, mud, and soil to reach the target.
I haven't done any field investigation of ley energy since our school fell apart.
Windsong puts away her tools, hands trembling slightly.
Don't worry, Comrade Windsong. Look, these stones are still the same stones we've always known.
He catches the worrying Windsong's expression.
And don't be afraid to fail. My father told me that failure is just success and progress. Even if we cannot find this new resource or save our Rayashki, we've come back here together and worked for our common goal. We have nothing to complain about.
See, like I was saying, they don't care about anything that happens to them as long as they save Rayashki, and if they don't save Rayashki, they'd much more prefer to have done this than going with Zeno.
All right.
Whatever the result, we thank you for your efforts. Now, leave the rest to us.
He turns his head and shouts toward the drilling machine.
Comrade Yuri, check the connection status. Don't forget to check the drill, Comrade Yelena.
Relax, it's much easier than opening a can with only your fingers.
The excited queue flows like a steady river. People crowd together, shovels, hoes, and picks ringing out in unison. Magnificent drilling machines emerge up from the snow. They roar as their drills pierce the earth. The stubborn frozen soil does nothing to hinder the progress. Their resonance is a sound that echoes in windsong's ears, the sound of impassioned unity of purpose and vision. This place is like the square, like their public canteen, like their factory, like every corner of Rayashki. Clearly, it is a scene worth capturing.
Knut had grown a slender arm, one that reached places no one could, and picked up stones there. They are not like the soft, transparent stones from the sky. These are hard, as chocolate.
Or worse.
I think they are good stuff, too. Vila said we could make them into cans and houses to help the town. But maybe we will irritate the owner of the stones?
The busy adults pay no heed to the child's matterings. They gather around the newly collected core samples.
Am I right that this sample is from 100 meters underground?
Yes. Usually we don't need to reach that deep to find runium ore.
Relax, comrades. At least it proves there is something new under Rayashki.
I have been a miner for 40 years, and one thing I know for sure is this. This is not bedrock.
It's a Kikituk's hair.
Windsong carefully scrapes the colorful powder from the rocks and places it into a test tube.
The black marks are the new resource we're looking for. The red-brown ones are the Kikituks, and the bright yellow ones are their mineral-eating relatives, the Hoituks. The machine will show us the stability of the ley energy in a minute. We are at the source of the ley energy now, so the lines should have been pure.
If my eyes serve me right, I think I see bad news.
You're right. This source is like an estuary polluted beyond recovery. It is carrying too many traces, both from creatures and non-creatures. Besides, the black ore down there seems to have attracted a large number of critters, which has only worsened the pollution. A senior of mine said in his notes that in this case, it will take a push for the core to activate its self-purification system. Shoot, we got a big one.
Waves! It's seawater! We should have prepared swimming floats. Yes, but the waves won't reach us if we ride this sled.
There's a slight hum from the vibration.
If the ley energy materializes, put in a 7.62 centimeter sea serpent bone, 3 drops of common vervain sap, and 20 milligrams of snail sawfish embryo.
The emergency ley energy handling guidelines booklet in her hand is thrown to the ground and stamped aggressively. A colored slime continues to ooze out. No longer a mere note in her reference materials, but an observable substance. What in the world? The clever dreamer continues his observation.
It has a beautiful stone on its neck too. Did your father also fall asleep in the mine?
Is that the raw runium ore that Zeno has been looking for? The energy is so pure. No wonder it materialized into such a huge body.
Drawn in the spectacle, more creatures emerge from nearby mine shafts, enticed by the potential for a feast.
Comrades! Defense formation! Miners! Stay behind us and evacuate!
Comrades, stand with me if you got a weapon. No matter if it's a rifle, a staff, or a shovel. Grip them tight. This is our Rayashki's future we're fighting for. We've been waiting for this, haven't we?
That's right.
More weapons are raised, clanging together as they begin their battle march.
Dear comrades, this is the critical moment for our town. No good weapons, no external support. But we have our friends, our family, and each other, who will never leave anyone behind.
Yes, there's nothing to be afraid of. We can always figure it out, so long as
we still have hope.
Voices ring out one after the other as they reach the end of their march.
Comrades, what do you say? Shall we solve this problem with the strength of our own hands and arms?
We have a balance mode again. Okay, I will try doing this. It came a little earlier than 19, but what can you do? Let's see if I can handle this one.
Well done, comrades. I knew we could make it.
No, something's wrong. Do you feel it too, Comrade Windsong?
Of course it has a
the ley
phase
energy
2.
has sensed danger. It's become even more active. To deal with the pollution of other threats, the system will choose critters with potential and make them into its underlings.
Can we still defeat it this time? Comrade Vizot.
Calm down. Calm down. Think hard. There must be a weakness to this creature. I can do this.
No, you're wrong, Comrade Windsong. We can do this.
One hard hit!
Right wind.
Good job, comrades. They will be talking about this day for decades.
I didn't expect that energy from you, Comrade Yuri. See? I don't only build houses, I also build this rock-solid body.
Okay, sir, calm down.
Make a head count of the wounded and check our remaining supplies. We will need to work in groups of 3 in case the creatures come back.
Thank you, comrades.
All of you, the glory goes to every one of us.
Red 38 is about to return.
The nosy critters have all disappeared and the strange entity has slumped down. The gathered warriors are exhausted but alive.
Did we make it? After we drove the critters away, the self-purification system began to run slower.
Haha! Time to go all out. Let's go, comrades.
For a brighter future!
The crowd redoubles their strength as they follow Knut forward. Deafening sounds reverberate all around them. A brilliant red splashes across the snowfield.
Comrade Yuri! Get a few more comrades here! We need to move him to the back!
Many comrades are found wounded, blood soaking their arms, but their hearts have not faltered. Never retreat, never surrender.
Its energy has not run out yet. What on earth? It's the ore. Don't tell me it's still powering this thing.
I see. So we just break that stone and it's over, right?
Yes. Theoretically,
Windsong's voice wavers as she catches her breath.
Leave it to me. I'm the marksman here. Just need to get a little closer. Little closer. Comrade Adrian, Comrade Daniel, and I will go with you. There may be something we can do.
Okay.
Comrades, watch out!
They charge ahead, their spirits unwavering.
No!
Fall back! Fall back!
Bullets fly through the air, their sound like a relentless pounding hail.
Believe! Our attacks cannot break the stone at all!
Comrade Windsong! What is going on?
The red splashes around them so vivid against the white snow howled her words.
the cycle of ley energy is long. It may take months, years, or even longer than that to return to its source. As long as that ore remains on its neck, the ley energy will continue with the purification until it wipes out everything around.
Can they cut his neck off? Somehow? But nobody has that of a big blade to do that. Windsong's voice is low despite the din of battle.
So all we can do is wait?
For our own safety, we'd better stay out of this area until it completely returns to the source. I should have seen this coming. I'm so sorry.
Surrounded by fallen comrades and dark red streaks, Windsong attempts to conceal the fear in her voice. The wind rises, sharp and howling.
Comrade Patrick, Comrade Nikita, you're not down yet, right? Anyone else? We still got the digger, the crane, and our own strength. Let's try harder. It's nothing more than a stupid stone. We can do this. That's our last chance.
Rough hands stubbornly rise once more, defying the cold wind and danger. Trickles of blood seep down their arms from cuts and wounds. Warm words cover them like a bandage, offering some solace to the plan.
Stop this senseless sacrifice, Comrade Knut. It's pointless to keep going.
But to save Rayashki is also your dream, no? Our little one from afar swore she would unite all of us, no matter who we are or where we're from. We must keep all that in our minds. How can we give up now?
The massive creature stands unmoving like an unyielding mountain.
I'm so happy I came here and made friends with all of you, comrades. You each have a kind heart and a strong will. Before I met you, my dream was only a joke to the other Salki. But you've shown me it isn't unreachable. Now it feels so real and heartwarming. Sometimes I almost forget that you see the fins and scales on my body. That's why I don't want you to sacrifice yourself for nothing. I don't want to lose you.
Her smile is a ray of light breaking through the clouds.
What we want is to stay together. That's why we're fighting to save Rayashki, right?
Sure do.
These swans have lost their feathers. Are we still able to reach the sky?
He did mention that the creature has the same stone as him, so I'm thinking he can do something, but I don't know what. Snow begins to fall again, as if casting a veil over the dead, over Rayashki. The roar of the wind grows, but there is something else groaning with it. Clouds are pushed aside, and a distorted voice calls out from above.
I must thank you, Comrade Windsong. You've rekindled something in us. A new hope, just as you promised. I will tell you that I read some papers on your ley lines after that night. It holds some great ideas, I admit. You and Rayashki deserve a better future. What
is going on? A close its face again.
Wow! Sea swallow, our brave friend.
Comrades, I want you to know, I recommended you to Zeno only because I was worried for your future. I did not want you to be stuck in a dying town.
Comrade Evgeni?
And it gives me pain to see how brave and determined you all have been. I won't let any of you die here.
Evgeni, what are you doing?
He's gonna sacrifice himself?
The sad thing is, I took a very different path long ago. But what does it matter now? Rayashki is proud of you. I am proud of you. You will continue to build the new world of your dreams. Our dream, no matter where or when.
Will crashing
I
on
will
it actually
always be
break
there
its
with you.
stone?
Seize the opportunity. Vila, windsong, my comrades!
Природа — это числа и черты.
The trails of the old machines wore deep into the frozen ground, forming a raised pathway that led up and away from the scene. The children finally come into grips with what they've been seeing, begin to cry. They've seen.
Comrade Evgeni.
Do fish mourn? Can a rusalka cry? No one can really answer this question. Yet around the rusalka, a ring of salty water seems to rise.
К черту! This is not fair! Just because he was the only pilot here doesn't mean he could make that decision alone. We should have had a boat.
We fixed that fighter together. That soul left us behind.
But he will always be our comrade, right?
Time appears to stand still as all present stand unmoving and speaking, until one and then many trembling hands rise triumphantly into the sky.
To Comrade Evgeni, salute!
But where is the sea swallow?
He flew into the future, child. The future will all reach one day.
Excuse me, but how big was that plane exactly? Because that creature looked huge. Anyway, I don't know how else they would have done it otherwise, and a big explosion seems to have worked, but I don't know what happens from this point over. Look, I disliked Evgeni, but I didn't want him to die. So yeah, I think that's sad that this happened, but I can see why they do that, because the dude finally realized his mistake, and he probably felt terribly guilty about it. That's why he did it. Last service to his people, which is a very leader thing to do. Again, though, he did something without asking, so. However, I must say, again, bringing this to reality, that this is also something that you see happening in a not so tragic way, obviously. Like, let's say a group of people have the same dream, but one of them gives up earlier than the others. Like, the others keep going, even though they don't have results, but one stays behind because they wish to face reality and realize that it's time to move on. That person, let's say that this group is a group of friends, okay? So that person that gave up and, chose reality, he has two options. He will either distance himself from his friend group because that's not what he stands with and all he keeps doing is just draining the others with his realism, or he's going to make sure, knowing the pain of giving up, that his friends will never give up and stands there supporting them to their ventures, even if he himself gave up the whole venture. So I think that Evgeni here represented both sides. First, the kind of friend who gave up his dream and kept pushing the others to change their mind too, thinking that this is the best thing to do despite how much it hurts. and then eventually becoming inspired again, but instead of following the dream again, choosing to support those dreaming with all his God, even if that cost him something. In this case, in Evgeni's case, it costed his life. But yeah, I like that they played with both of these options instead of going with just one. Being the Debbie Downer after you give up all the time, they just turn to the supporting one when you give up. But let's keep going, because I really want to unlock Vila's backstory and do it with you guys. You're here, Comrade Vila. Comrade Windsong and Comrade Raisa helped me take the children home. It took some time. What did you find? Comrade Evgeni once mentioned that he kept some things in the cabinet in the meeting room. He said to take them out when the time was right. Here, this is all of it. Evgeni had always been a man of action, straightforward and efficient. It seems obvious that this would be reflected by the state of his locker. That said, Vila is taken aback to find only a small iron box inside. All right. Steadying a tremble in her hands, she picks up the box.
Comrade Evgeni.
Comrade Evgeni's name is engraved on the underside. The teacher lifts the lid, taking out the letter inside, taking a deep breath before reading it aloud. You're reading this, and so I am gone. Don't waste your time on tears or anger. So typical of Evgeni. Within this box are plans for Rayashki's reconstruction and development. I know that my perspective is limited, yet it is my hope that these plans may provide the town with some direction in my absence. Our primary focus must be the exploitation and administration of our resources. I've listed those I consider most feasible to pursue and their potential trade value, as well as listing any necessary precautions. Once our future is secure, look to the maintenance of the town's infrastructure and, if possible, bolster security, starting with regular patrols at locations frequented by critters. Another thing, I've spent some time collecting scraps and spare components of rumium left over the factories. You will find them in this box. I made some further notes from before all this seemed inevitable. You'll find them detailed in my work journal on the desk. I know that many among you will never trust them, but please do not discount the possibility of cooperating with Zeno. Remember, our priority must be survival. I wish for all of you great things and victory in our common trials. Know that I salute you, each and every comrade, for Rayashki, for our future, Evgeni. The letter ends here. Even in a letter, he is, as always he has been, our comrade Evgeni, stubborn to the end. It wasn't a fool's hope that he'd show a little heart. No, it's not like him. You're wrong, Knut. This was his heart. Comrade Evgeni always put the town first. But then, perhaps he had too much to say, and certainly there was not enough time. Come on. Let's pull ourselves together. We'll need to retrieve his journal. I will share this letter with the others later. Comrade Evgeni was right. We must start making plans for Rayashki's future. One careful fold after another. Vila places the letter back into the box and closes the lid. Come on, comrade. Okay, once we're done, though, let's head to the cliffside and give that stubborn bastard an earful. Speaking of, now that we're getting steady shipments again, we might bring out some vodka for him too. Comrade Evgeni left us a map that could help us rebuild the Rayashki. Oh, I see. Okay, I did another dispatch and read a bit more about the new thing about rebuilding the town. Let's do this. Town Square meetup. Pour out your thoughts and feelings here. Stop and watch. Side by side, miners covered in a layer of dust and wielding their picks hurry over as others join them after washing off the bandages. In the square, some take shelter under the statue and read books, while children are led by loving hands through rows of coats and boots. A strong sense of camaraderie unites everyone in the square. They're all part of the same tight-knit community. The conversations begin and spread like a hurricane, sweeping from one end of the square to the other as everyone tries to engage with those around them. But then another voice joins in. The town's teacher has arrived, embodying the ideals we hold dear. She's like a character from a legend who's come to our town from a faraway place. Because of our strong will, even legends can become reality here. If the teacher had not said see you tomorrow, this would have gone on all night. As a community, we each have a voice in shaping the future of our town. It's inspiring to see so many people come together to make a difference. There is a sense of pride that radiates from within, uniting us all towards a common goal. Oh, how powerful it is when we come together as one. And this one? Comrade Vila frequents this place, always looking great in her Paniva dress. I taught her how to sew, and other comrades would bring piles of torn coats and socks for us to mend. This is something I have always done. No matter how catchy our slogans are, we still need clothes to wear and bread to eat, right? The rest is not within my realm of concern. Thankfully, Comrade Vila has been diligently caring for the children. My main worry was that once the teachers were gone, there would be no one to check on them and ensure they were looked after. Leaving children to run amok on the streets will not lead to their healthy development. I'm very grateful that she's here. This place has become a second home to me. Despite the challenges and endless tasks, I feel content knowing that our efforts benefit our fellow comrades. This experience is priceless to me. Anyone who has ever sat at a long table, sharing butter and conversation with people from different countries and working together to form friendships would understand the value of this way of life. It has a powerful effect, my friend. It reminds me of dark bread, rough but filling. Whether it is Comrade Vila or Comrade Evgeni, I trust in their abilities. This town will not simply disappear. Rayashki will always be here, steadfast and unwavering. Okay, and finally, this one. Another battle. It's only natural that minor conflicts arise during the mining process. Drive them away. Done. I gotta say, I dislike when games create healers that can only heal. I'm sorry, I want to be able to use my character however I want, and if they just so happen to have healing abilities, to also be able to stand on their own. Like, I hadn't watched the video that showed us Vila's abilities, so I didn't know how her powers work, but now that I get to experience her as assistance to some battles and see that all she does was actually heal and buff, and that to one person at a time, it kind of pisses me off. Like, you give us a mythological creature, a Rusalka, and all she does is heal and buff, like giving us an extra, I forget the name of it, but yeah, one more star for us to get closer to an alt anyway. I'm really stuck right now, I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, I think that all characters should be able to do an attack, and I know some people might disagree because like that's what healers are for. Like in the battle you have the DPS, you have the healer, you have the buffer or whatnot, and that's okay if you're this type of player. I'm the kind of player that usually goes straight for attack for everything. Like defense and stuff, I rarely use this stuff. So I don't like when I like a character's appearance and their story and they end up taking space in my available playable characters just so that they heal them. Like even on Genshin, I play Barbara as a DPS. I don't play her as a healer. Sure, I have her stats high enough for her to give some decent healing to everybody with her ult, but trust me when I say her charged attacks will do their numbers. I worked hard for that because I wanted to play Barbara way more than just having her pop up, heal, and disappear again. But yeah, this is the kind of game it is. There's nothing I can do. I'm just stating how disappointed I am because I wanted to play with Vila and I probably won't. I'd rather play Tooth Fairy or Medicine Pocket, both of whom allow me also attack, not just heal. Part 17, Snow and the Others. We're not even halfway through this journey, but we will press on. The unsupported ley energy returns to the earth. The soil is smoothed out, a canvas for a new painting.
Take heart, comrades. Everything he did was for Rayashki.
We shared the same dream, didn't we? To do all we can for the good of the people.
She faces toward the silent cliffs.
Reporting. Drilling rig clear. Ready for new exploration.
He stomps firmly on the ground beneath his feet.
That's the spirit. We must keep going. Only period. Yuri, start the machines.
On it!
A loud call resounds, and the huge drill turns once more. The steel behemoths roar, their sound covering up the sorrow and the gloom of the moment. After some time, the children carefully and cautiously approach the cliff's edge. Avgust bends down, placing his sunflower on the edge as tenderly as a mother tucks in their child.
Take this. It's my best friend.
Aww.
I think it will be glad to have another best friend.
I will become a great hero like you. It's a promise. A man's promise.
Well, why are your feathers wet, Piotr? You have water on your face, Miss Windsong. Can kids still cry after they grow up?
Oh, pinch his cheek, he is so precious.
I should have known. The abnormal fluctuation of the ley energy and how much of an attraction it is to the critters. I should have noticed they were different from my theory.
Her words are met by murmurs, but a familiar hand wraps her gently.
At least this experience will be valuable for the study of ley lines, won't it? Take it in and make something of it. I am sure it will be of more help in the future. You're not only doing this for yourself or for me, but for those who sacrificed for all of us.
We found it! This must be the new resource.
A stream of black rocks rises from the pile one by one. In a short time, they're picked up and passed through countless hands. The air is thick with black dust that covers coats, gloves, boots, and faces.
Coal! It is coal! We did it!
This is our coal! Comrades, we will use it to cook our meal tonight. And it will be the best meal I've ever had! Is that so, Comrade Nikita? You got a problem with my food, huh?
I made a rough estimate. The resource here should last hundreds of years.
For the first time in history, the theory of ley lines has been verified.
There is no doubt your work deserves a fair assessment now.
Thank you for your help, Miss Vila.
We achieved this together, didn't we?
Of course.
Cheers travel forward and back over the crowd and out into the boundless tundra. They echo against the cliffs.
The glory goes to every one of us.
Their joy reaches back to the town, carried in by the victorious comrades in arms. Unfortunately, their now unwelcome guests seem unable to share in the enthusiasm.
I'm very glad to see you again, Miss Windsong.
Why haven't you left?
Are you? You don't look glad at all.
I admit, I underestimated the people here. Especially you, Miss Windsong. The great heroine who found coal deep beneath the town, huh?
So, did I manage to ruin Zeno's little plans?
Her sharp tongue breaks the cool of the no longer smiling crocodile.
We have nothing left to do here. Zeno will leave soon.
Thankfully.
I know we disagree on many things, our future included. Still, Zeno looks forward to working with you again. Hopefully in a more friendly way.
He extends his hand on his own initiative.
I hope so too. You don't want to be embarrassed by another lowly researcher again, do you?
Bertol's hand awkwardly hangs in the air unanswered.
Goodbye, Miss Windsong.
Wait. I have one last question.
Please, I'm at your service.
Zeno confirmed the existence of Hoytuks in Rayashki months ago, but you just took care of them without letting anyone know. You already knew there would be a large reserve of coal here, didn't you?
He shrugs and leaves without another word. Frankly, I don't think they knew, because they weren't studying ley lines, so I'm guessing, yeah, sure, they knew that Hoytuks feed on minerals, but they didn't know what kind of minerals there could be underground. Sure, they thought that perhaps there is some sort of mineral that the residents of Rayashki hadn't found, but I bet that they doubted it exactly because there wasn't proof and that they didn't believe in ley line research. I've always believed it. We can dig through the frozen layers and find ways to survive here. Even when the harsh northern winds gnash their teeth, we can overcome any challenge. Zeno will have its own specific guidelines that I doubt I'll be able to adapt to, but just like this particular component, we are already refined and capable enough. Yes, we can live on our own without relying on other leaders. Let me be honest, I am not much of a fighter. The only tools I know how to use are a wrench and pliers. But when push comes to shove, I will make do with whatever I can get my hands on. We need weapons to defend ourselves, and we are not afraid to use them. It is crucial for children to explore the world. I came here at a young age, on a whim with a friend. We had no experience in shaping work pieces or handling raw materials. Now my skills are highly valued in this community. We did not come to Rayashki to have fun. They've got it all wrong. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having fun there as well. I mean, sure, work hard to maintain the town, but still. After people leave, new inhabitants arrive. However, they don't seem to be very interested in socializing. Friendly exchange. Oh. It's another battle, okay. I swear the game does it on purpose. It has so many mid-sections between the parts now that I want to get to 19 so bad. Like, stop. Hello, Rayashki. Everything is changing. The people gather again. This time, though, there are no more disputes, no resentment. This is a gathering of joy.
After thorough discussion, the people of Rayashki have made their final decision. I stand here to declare the future direction of Rayashki. As of today, Rayashki will be no longer affiliated with any organizations, and all factories dedicated to processing of runium ore will be shut down.
What are we going to do for work, Sam?
I don't want to sit around at home living on benefits.
There will be many things to do, Comrade Valeria. As the elites above us struggle for power, we, ordinary people, suffer in darkness. But now, there will be a new source of power. One built to lift up the people, not to take from them. And it will run on Rayashki coal.
To be fair, though, this is a little more dangerous than rumium, I'm guessing. I don't know if rumium is a real thing. I haven't looked it up yet. But I know for a fact coal is toxic to the people working around it. So, sure, yeah, resource, yay, but also very dangerous for the health of its miners.
We will start new factories in Rayashki and explore the possibilities of working with other coal producers nearby.
And that too, the factory is going to be very toxic too.
We will mine with our own hands and feed ourselves.
Maybe we can even build a dock and sell our products far away.
The people chatter excitedly.
We will raise a new banner above Rayashki, one welcoming all ordinary people to come to a livable place with abundant power and job opportunities for their future.
Arms and smiles intermingle, then a rising wave of applause. The wave washes over everyone, including Windsong.
What about your plan, Comrade Windsong?
I think I'm going to stay for a while.
You need to know that for now, we must tighten our belts. Everyone's rations must be cut for some time until Rayashki gets back on its feet.
The researcher does not waver, not in the slightest.
At least for now, the study of ley lines belongs here, not in the fancy halls and symposiums of human academia. This place still holds many possible research avenues, monitoring the changes in the environment, further detailing the local ley energy map, maybe even studying the mutation of the Kikituks.
So this is what I meant, that I wasn't satisfied with her just staying there as a teacher, and that with the funds or with her own income from Rayashki, she would be able to travel and do the lecture she so much wanted on her study, which personally I didn't understand completely, because she's a researcher. That's all you want to do. You want to give lectures on your studies. Don't you want to study more, like research more? And this place gives her the chance to do that. So now I am satisfied with this result. I'm satisfied with how Windsong got her dream, because she won't be just a teacher. She will keep being a researcher, and she will now have, witnesses and confirmation, like solid proof that her studies mean something. So she can do whatever she wants with them. She can keep researching, she can teach, she can do whatever she likes. That's what I wanted for her. Now I'm very satisfied.
I must finish them to further develop the study before it is ready for academia again.
Also, you will want to present it to an academia. Yeah, so that is not off her map completely. She just wants to focus on that now.
Then it sounds like you may be with us for a long time yet. Good.
They exchange smiles.
And don't forget, you're expected to cut the ribbon at the ceremony.
An enthusiastic hand reaches out to Windsong once again. Now the little Arctic town is covered in a strange mix of black coal soot and bright yellow flowers, a warm wind blowing over every inch of soil and each wall old and new. It flows like blood through snow-white skin and fluffy paws, a scene like a hand-drawn picture. Oh! Windsong walks alone through the town, feeling the energy of the earth beneath her. Townsfolk pass her. They nod and greet her with hopeful smiles.
Miss Windsong, I want to apologize for being rude to you during class. I'll bring you some friendship cheese next time to apologize. I promise.
We'll take friendship cheese, and you becoming a better boy that won't judge people that easily and be a downer for everybody else.
You will always be our comrade. Hats off to you.
In the distance, children cluster around a vibrant field of sunflowers.
Miss Windsong, I think we performed very well at the ceremony.
You did great. The boy, bright as any other sunflower, waves at her as he hops joyfully in the snow.
Will you come teach us again?
We want to learn more too. Same here.
Miss Windsong, the sunflowers we planted are blooming. We protected the town.
Windsong wants to say something, but a sudden creaking draws up her attention. She looks up to see a construction crane looming over the town. The new coal refinery, a school, a hockey field, the dormitories. In the boundless future ahead for Rayashki, these buildings will be like speckled grains of sand cast over the tundra.
We begin the next chapter of Rayashki today. I'm so glad we will build it together. Привет, Rayashki.
For crying out loud, let me go to part 19. Oh my god. I'm sorry guys, I know I'm being a downer here, but oh my goodness, let me go to part 19. I'm happy for what happened. I like the cinematic and all, but let me go to 19. I stumbled across some components. Lately it seems like everyone is looking for them in their spare time. These little things could definitely come in handy. The little thing was hidden just behind the base of the statue. It seemed that our resilient bear had found a new home already. The old statue has to be moved to make way for it, but its base remained. I suspected it had left some of its components behind. Comrade Evgeni, he did not notice the changes in Rayashki, but change is inevitable and ongoing. He was still holding on to memories of when things were tough and rough. In those days, the square didn't even exist. We painstakingly dug it out with the shovels and carried each stone ourselves. No one expected Rayashki to end up so beautiful. We were never once for making plans or dreaming big. We simply rolled up our sleeves and got to work. Now Rayashki might change once more. What will it become? Everything is changing so fast. We have a pool and a school. It all seems to have been built in the blink of an eye. As soon as a project is completed, the difficulties and sacrifices made along the way are quickly forgotten. The immense sense of accomplishment makes us believe that all the hard work was worth it. I don't want to leave. I'm afraid I'll change faster than this town did. Those who come back later feel like strangers themselves. It's incredible, isn't it? How things can change in what feels like an instant. Vibrant snowy square. Take another good look at the square. It hasn't changed much. A polar bear stands in the center, outlined by a faint light, while children eagerly reach out to touch its paws. The snow dusts the bear's head, giving it a serene quality that contrasts with the lively setting. Flowers bloom amidst the white snow, covering most of the stones on the ground. The bear appears to be at peace against the mastered yellow background. This is an important place in the Rayashki, as the town kitchen cannot accommodate such a large number of people. It is often used for public discussions and will continue to serve that purpose. Recently, it was decided to allow children to venture outside and explore the world beyond. The road leading there is bathed in sunlight, decorated with red ribbons that sway in the gentle breeze from the trees. People find familiar images here that evoke nostalgia, memories of past lives, yet those who come here rarely speak of their homeland. This is the true essence of Rayashki, everything they hope to see in their homeland but never did. It's like the distant horizon that Rusalka dreams of as she braves the icy waters, of the intricate illustrations created by traveling lay hunters, or even the homes of Foundation visitors who have long since disappeared. It's what previous generations promised the next, a glimpse of their idealized homeland. The more impossible an ideal seems, the stronger it becomes, unbreakable in its perceived perfection. Despite this, there is still so much to strive for and achieve in life. Finally! Part 19 to Descendants, what we leave behind and what you will remember. The river of time has moved swiftly in the past months. Rayashki is bustling with the sounds of a busy and hopeful community. Crowds of people, lively and spirited, weave to and fro. A disheveled figure hurries into the scene.
Oh, thank goodness. I was hoping you'd be here. Oh, is this a bad time?
Oh, she brought her tail out.
No, it's all right. Have a seat. I'm not a pure Rusalka. As you can see, I must get in touch with water every once in a while to replenish my power from the ocean.
Hello, Comrade Vila.
It's been a while, Comrade Windsong. They say you're working hard in the mine, and the study of ley lines is getting popular among the workers.
They have helped a lot. My research on the environment wouldn't have gone nearly so smoothly without them. It's given a second life to my studies, and it is growing so well. It has even gained some recognition beyond Rayashki.
I like what they did with Vila's tail here, you see. This part is a fish tail, okay? And even though in her official art we see that she has a tail all up to her waist, here, this part seems to be skin, human skin, and the rest is fish, so... Because she explained to us that when she gets out of water, she no longer has a tail, it kinda shows a transformation from Rusalka to human.
I'm truly happy that I came here.
I never thought the Comrade Windsong would be so bashful over her accomplishments. I thought you were more stubborn and confident than that. I'm only teasing, Comrade. It's a matter of fact that you're not as fearless as you pretend to be, isn't it? That's why we must all stick together to make up for each other's weaknesses and make Rayashki proud. Sorry, speeches have become an occupational habit.
Fine, you got me. But it's not a big deal. Just as you are not quite the gentle and demure school teacher that you appear to be. Are you, comrade? We're even.
Winston clears her throat and hands the letter to Vila.
Actually, I've come to say goodbye.
Oh?
Laplace has invited me to give a lecture for their European branch. They want me to give a lecture on how I combined environmental analysis with the Arcanum based on what we've done here in Rayashki.
Sounds like a very promising new beginning for your studies.
How are things going in the town?
We are getting more visitors now. It seems people are eager to see something different.
I'm sure they will.
We've also begun cooperating with many governments and agencies near us, including the Foundation. They hope to carry out some short-term training on the Arcanum for the children.
Another letter is passed on.
What's this?
Open it. It's from the Foundation.
What Foundation? Ah.
Mr. Nameday invites me to visit the Foundation and discuss further cooperation. The children are also waiting for me there.
Wait. Wait. This is a plot twist for me. I didn't expect this. So, Laplace will take Windsong in and Vila is taken by St. Pablo's Foundation. And wait, which children are waiting there? Did they take the children in from Rayashki, or she just accepts she will leave these kids behind and go to teach more kids in the Foundation?
It seems they mentioned you all the time during their training.
Oh, wait! All the kids that Vila has been teaching are Arcanus? Because it seems they mentioned you a lot during the time in training. If all the kids were training at the Foundation, they're all Arcanus, right?
Did we miss the ley line exam? The Foundation has all sorts of incredible things.
Like biting coins, noisy coal balls, a glass pen with rainbows inside. So much fun!
I've mastered a lot of incantations.
Oh my goodness, they are.
I missed the town and everyone. Yeah, we miss Comrade Alyonka, Comrade Blinchik, and Comrade Piroshki.
They say we will be able to go home in a few months. I must master the most powerful arcane skills by then, so I could use them to protect the town.
Oh. Okay, I get it. So, first of all, surprise, all the kids are Arcanus, first of all. Oh, wait, no. No, guys, I'm being stupid. Not all of them are Arcanus, just avgust. The other kids are using wands. Oh, I forgot. I forgot humans can use Arcanum with wands. Okay, let's pretend I didn't just say that. Alright? I was like, what the fuck? Where were your powers when the town was in danger? Like, hello? But okay, it makes sense. However, I don't know how the Foundation reached out or how the Rayashki people decided that it's better for them to study at the Foundation instead of continue to study with Vila. I mean, obviously at some point they would become teenagers, and in that situation, she probably wouldn't be able to teach them further. Like, she probably taught them basic skills that an elementary teacher could teach them. But yeah, I didn't expect them to go to the Foundation. That is a surprise. And that they also called Vila to join them.
We'll transform into sea swallows. Then we'll be able to fly and fly to far, far away.
The Kozlinska University Hospital received a rare case today.
Oh?
The patient's veins irreversibly transformed into electric wires. As of 1800, all arterial, venous, and capillary tissues throughout the patient's body have undergone necrosis.
What? Who is this?
The directors said they would invite more professionals to the consultation to decide on further research direction. Global Variety News has claimed the case may become one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the era. They started a new column to analyze possible compatibilities between the patient's new wired veins and different appliances. Please stay tuned for more details.
The Flying Carpet Travel Agency is starting a tour around Northern Europe, where you will be able to see the breathtaking Aurora Borealis, pet fluffy keycairns, and even enjoy a flying carpet race. The destination of our tour is Rayashki, a mysterious town, the warmest place in the Arctic Circle, sitting atop many rich veins of coal. When you get there, we suggest that you abide by the town's wishes and work to earn what you need instead of buying it. Though this is not an obligation, of course. But why not have a try when you're given the opportunity to experience a new and better lifestyle? Trust me, you won't be disappointed.
Where should I start, dear readers? Rayashki is like a sparkling gem embedded into the permafrost, and above lies an eye-catching banner. Perhaps it will draw even more attention in the future. Through the past decades, the citizens there have been trying to achieve something different for themselves. A great cause, which may take the work of generations to achieve. But now, they are no longer a nameless town in the far north, nor is their dream a passing fad bound to be forgotten. I sincerely hope all of us will be able to witness its history and its future. That's why I knew I must write down this story, in the hopes that their dream will remain in your heart forever.
All right. So this was Farewell Rayashki. Thoughts? What can I say that I didn't say already? First of all, I gotta say that yay, I made it to the end. That means that I can do Vila's story tomorrow and the day after tomorrow and get to know more about her. Even though I was actually told by one of you guys that it doesn't really center around Vila's story, but Rayashki's past mostly and the children. But yeah, anyway, I'm glad that I'll be able to do that. Now that aside, I'm not going to lie. When Windsong was starting to get introduced more to the town, I low-key wanted to have that too, to live in Rayashki. Because they embraced everybody for who they were, they allowed everyone to do what they were passionate about, etc. But when it got to the coal part, not gonna lie, I kinda lost that excitement. Oh, I think Rayashki is a fake town anyway. I'm not saying that, oh, I'm packing tomorrow and I'm going, but Like the idea, the way they portrayed it was something very attractive to me. And then when the coals came into the equation, I kind of stopped wanting to go. Like, I've read lots of bad things about places that had factories with materials such as coal, and I don't want to be constantly exposed to such cancerous fumes, if you like. Because during the part they talked about Rayashki Square, they said that there is a soot of coal in the air, and I'm like, and that is something exciting for us? I can understand the rest, like the flowers coming out, the new statue in the square and all, but why do we have to mention the coal soot in this beautiful picture? This is not something beautiful, it's something concerning. Anyway, it is what it is though. The coal actually saved them, and it's going to provide them with a source, with resources for a long time, and trade. But yeah, the ending all in all surprised me in several ways. Like I said, what do you mean the children went to study at the foundation, and what do you mean that the foundation actually called villa there? And also, one question I got, so these kids will soon return to Rayashki with the powers to protect it, okay? Because they now know how to use Arcanum and Incantation. But Villa was invited there, and she said, the children are waiting for me. So I don't know if she's going to be trained there and come back to the city, or if she's going to stay at the foundation. I said city again, it's a town. Anyway, you get what I mean. Like, at first, when I saw the letter, I was like, oh, so one will be joining Laplace and the other will join the foundation. But I think that she won't. She just went to see the kids and maybe get some training, and then she would go back, like I said. As for Windsong, I don't know how her powers could be used in Laplace, because in my head, Laplace was the place that is about scientists, you know, people who experiment with things. And sure, we have Ezra, who's a researcher too, but I don't know, I felt like indeed a more geographical kind of foundation or institute or organization would fit what she did more. But at the end of the day, she's using Arcanum, and as we know by everything we've experienced so far, Arcanists are not well welcomed by such organizations. To be fair, I didn't see how she could fit with Zeno either, because, like, I think I said it earlier in my recording of this or not, I don't remember, but I didn't know much about Zeno, and I considered them as some sort of, I don't know, military troop of people that, you know, try to maintain some sort of balance and safety for both humans and Arcanists, I'm guessing. But apparently they have researchers too, from what we saw. It's not just people like Eagle or Lilia, you know? They do have more than that. What else did I want to say? Yeah, I wanted to tell you what I imagined to be the end and why this was all surprising to me. Well, I expected Windsong to stay there. You know what? In the beginning, like when we first started seeing her being enticed to stay in Rayashki, I was a bit... what's the word, damn it? Anyway, I was thinking that perhaps she didn't want that. Like, sure, she's been accepted, but how is her dream going to be accomplished there? I do remember saying that, like, on one hand there's this, but on the other these people accept you and maybe it's better for you to stay there. But the more we got into the story, I was like, yeah, you know what? Maybe stay in Rayashki. I kept saying that, like, there were ways for her to use her knowledge and help the town. And yeah, I was thinking that she wanted to teach and all. She wanted to do lectures and all. But she could do that with the funds she got from there. She could travel the world and all. She didn't have to be inside an academy all the time to make that happen. So yeah, she could stay in Rayashki and call it her new home. But it appears that she actually enjoys the idea of going to Laplace, and her stay in Rayashki wasn't actually to be a forever thing. Another thing that I expected or saw coming, but I didn't know if the story was going to take it there. I consider Windsong's power very important for Vertin's goals. I think it's a very, very useful power to have. So I expected that at some point they will cross paths. I just didn't know how that would happen because her power is very important. I didn't see that for Vila though, because Vila is just a healer. I'm sorry, and I'm so mad because she is a mythical creature. Why all she does is heal? But I guess she's not supposed to join Vertin's team at any time. She's just a catalyst, somebody that pushed Windsong to the right path so that she can cross paths with Vertin when time comes, which I'm guessing is through Laplace. But I didn't expect it to be Laplace, let's be real. I just thought that at some point she will go to the Foundation or whatnot, but that's before the whole trying to entice her into staying into this town. All in all, I liked this story. I found it interesting, first of all. Second, I found myself getting lost in the fairy tale. And thirdly, I found it very relatable if we take the whole meaning of the message to less of a town thing and more of a community or following your dreams thing. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, if we take it out of the basic context of the story, like if we take the moral of the story, if you like, and apply it to other things, it was very, very relatable. And the other thing I wanted to say, who is that character whose veins turned to cables and everything went through necrosis? Who is turned into a robot? I want to know. Also, the one that was writing the report in the beginning and the end of this, was it Basmet or was I tripping? It sounded like her. I don't know. But then again, I'm a little curious how she does use the typewriter. I'm supposing there is Braille on it. Like there must be some sort of Braille on it for her to do it correctly. And also she has learned by habit, because, you know, if you're using a PC for a long time, you know that eventually your hands will just be working through muscle memory and you won't ever have to look at the keyboard again. You just type everything you want without mistakes. I mean, yeah, sure, in the past it was Yenisei that was taking notes on the trips, but now Yenisei isn't with her. So she gotta do it herself. So yeah, that's how I'm guessing it's happening. I might be wrong, who knows? And I'm curious why they chose specifically Basmet to tell that story. What is her role in the future? I thought that she was going to be a one-time only NPC that was there for Yenisei's story, but apparently this woman might be important in the future as well. Like, she could be telling us more about future locations that maybe Vertin won't be able to visit because she's the one visiting them. However, I am really curious what they didn't put Yenisei do that. Like, why did Yenisei have to go to the Foundation now instead of continuing the journeys with Basmet as a playable character? I mean, that's my only concern. Not that, hey, why didn't Yenisei use Basmet or whatnot? I'm not saying it in that kind of manner. But because NPCs usually don't stay with us, is what I'm trying to say, I didn't expect to see more of her. I think that's all I had to say. I don't know if I'm going to pull for Windsong, even though I like her, because I sometimes have this thing that I will randomly throw wishes because I'm bored. Like, I know in the upcoming versions of the game, there's no character I'm interested in. So I'm like, yeah, I might, throw a wish or two on the banner. And I actually got 6 within 3 wishes. I was surprised, because when I want a character, they refuse to come home. But when I'm chill about it, I'm getting characters within 5 wishes. Like, makes sense of that. So I will try to throw some wishes in Windsong's banner. But because I got 6 now, I doubt that I will get her. Unless, they give us a plethora of wish materials. I still haven't learned what they're called. I know, I'm shameful. I believe it's clear drops. That's what they're called, yeah. I don't pay attention to names. This is why this happens. To terms, I mean, not names. Yeah, that was Farewell Rayashki. I have no complaints. I am also in great surprise because the ending was not expected. I enjoyed it very much. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, please do consider liking, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell as always. I hope you have a wonderful week. Every character you pull for comes home before you know it. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!